Yo, what up, YouTube? It's Jay Reacts back with another reaction with Tariq Nasheed. FBA stand up. Yo, y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, get me in that algorithm so I can build this channel. But yo, this time we got a couple European Christian guys. Want to give their 2 cents about reparations and slavery. But shit, like we always do about this time. Let's get right into it. No hesitation.
Which I think you actually have a very interesting perspective on, and the position that you put you on. But we people are debating, who has this claim? Who has this right in this claim? And I would just say that I do have some people who are like, pre-Civil War, but others who were from European backgrounds that came much later. And, that puts my own identity in a precarious position. And you really have to think about that. And I think what you're doing with the FBA stuff is a very similar thing. And if I would go even a little bit further, there's an argument, and if you want to call it, and this is a little bit corny, frankly, but the white community. This is me like aping your terms, but there is like they use this term, ethnogenesis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess you've heard it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had an ethnogenesis.
Yeah. It's like you get so many people from so many different groups, and after a couple generations of mixing together, you're not exactly, for in your guys' position would be from Gambia or from like Cote d'Ivoire or whatever, or from these various West African countries where you can trace your ancestors to. It's I see this one black I see this girl laughing.
Yeah, what the fuck is so funny?
Eventually, like, you're not exactly African. I don't know why you're laughing, but that's hilarious. But it's like you have maybe 3 or 4 different pieces of West Africa that your ancestors came from, and again, this is a little bit corny, but it's a term that they go around. And I think there's an identity crisis among white Americans who have their own identity crisis. That you're not exactly an Anglo, you're not exactly maybe you're Dutch, maybe there's German, there's Irish, there's Italian, and okay, what is this mix? Who are you? What is this mix? And again, it's this term. It's a little bit of a highfalutin, a little bit corny, ethnogenesis. And I think maybe you could say the same thing. I feel the same arguments and the same sentiments coming from you, Tariq, where the foundational Black Americans, I think, cannot, and not only because you've been persecuted and denied your history. Oh, okay, I see some laughing and some. All right, guys, that's fine. But I think, and again, it is a fact of history that you were taken away from your ancestral history, where you can't trace a family line. That is a historic fact. But also, if we're going back and we're looking at it honestly, you guys are laughing. That's hilarious. All right,
slow down. Let me slow you down. We can trace our lineage farther back than you. You do not know where your people were 500 years ago. You have zero idea. We can trace our stuff back, damn near 300-400 years. It's foundation for Black Americans. We can trace our stuff back here. You guys, you can't really trace back that far. You understand? Even you say you're a mutt. You don't know where your people from. You understand?
No, I do.
And I hear
no, but I think when
I hear an Eastern European thing in your voice. I hear Eastern Europe in your voice, man. I hear some rhubarb in your voice. I just hear an Eastern European thing.
No, I've been here for 3-4 plus generations. Yeah. No, but that's funny. But I made my case here. I made my case here. I think when you say we,
listen, I have just on Ancestry.com. I've traced back to 1750s. Some of my family in North Carolina. Where can you trace to 1750? Where would your family be in 1750?
I have honestly never looked that into it. I mean, but I made my.
So y'all telling us we don't know our family line. Yes, the hell we do. We can trace back further than most Europeans, most Africans. We can trace our joints back, buddy. We can trace our lineage back as it goes back to this land. We've been here for a long time. Also, we can get into the indigenous part of our lineage because in almost every foundation of Black American, because we've been here so long, we have an indigenous line too. Somebody is indigenous. I got some Native American grandmothers and the whole nine. So we've been here, man. So we can trace.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with what you're saying. I think it's actually funny when white Americans claim that they have, like, I came from the Mayflower.
Which is
Like, I haven't.
bullshit.
Yeah, no, I think it's bullshit. No, but let me just finish my thought real quick. It's just that it's like, you know what? There are like a very, like, maybe 10% of Black Americans who have genetic direct lineage from a Mayflower. Somebody who. So it's like you're just as much a Mayflower as the Black people are. All right. I don't know. I see some shocked reactions here on the thing there, but I am not. Yes, I think I've made my case here. I think it is actually very interesting to watch you do this foundational Black American thing, and I think it. And again, like I said, there's a conversation, and if you want to say my community, which sounds very corny, but there are the different ethnicities that came in on a different waves of immigration. This woman is laughing at me, and I'm sure it's hilarious whatever she's thinking. Um,
All right.
but there are, like you said, that you probably have, you might have one of the plantation owners running through your veins.
Yeah,
True story, right?
right. I might. We got mixed up. We got mixed up, but we got the indigenous. We got a couple of cracker, a couple of African genes popping off up in there. So it is what it is. The thing. When I say cracker, that was a job that they had. That's not an
Mm-hmm.
epithet. They called themselves cracker. That was their
And
job.
they even got
Cracker was a person who
black
cracked the
people,
whip. That was their job
other black
as an
slaves to do it
occupation.
too. Hit
Let's
them
get
with that
Eric in
whip.
here.
Hey everybody,
Hey Eric, how are you?
I'm quite well. Um, if you notice, my profile right now
It's a,
is partially based on Helmuth Wilberg,
that,
who he was one of the original developers of Blitzkrieg.
okay.
Anyway,
So
um,
Nazi? Why do you have a Nazi up there?
well, it's kind of complicated. I kind of started out just as a simple, I started out as a Democrat. My political evolution has been quite a story, but basically, people started calling me a Nazi when I was open about voting for Donald Trump, and so at a certain point, I just sort of decided to lean into that.
Okay, that's okay. You're a white supremacist. Okay, it is what it is. Okay.
Well, it's a little more complicated than that.
No, no.
I'm a nationalist, but I don't believe in promoting racial superiority of any kind.
But
Um,
but Wilbur did.
Hmm.
well, he's got kind of an interesting story behind him because like me, he didn't know he was ethnically Jewish until he was already sort of on the Nazi train. So
He was classified as an honorary Aryan, right?
essentially, yes.
Right.
And that's sort of what I've realized is that I kind of want that for myself, but only in the sense that I want to be able to talk about what is going on within, just Jewish supremacy, basically.
Okay. What the hell is that?
Uh, Global Zionism.
Okay. What is that?
Um, the system that a lot of us are living under right now. It's
We're living under a system of white supremacy, not Zionism.
well, when you look at who actually owned the slaves, who brought the slaves over, who
Supremacists did. That's who. It was.
well,
It wasn't Zionist. It wasn't.
I'm not denying that there are white supremacists who are the Aryan. That's not my personal. I don't choose to support that particular wing of it. Um,
Then why
Basically,
why are you trying to put it all on Jewish people when it was all of the white supremacists from different religious
Facts.
backgrounds
We don't separate the
engaging in the
two.
slave trade, enslaving us, selling us to each other? So why are you just trying to put it on the Jews as if the Irish, the Germans, and the other Anglos and the English and
well,
Spanish, all of them were all in on it? So why are you trying to single the Jews out?
because they invented slavery.
No, they
We
no, they didn't. No, they didn't.
no going back to like biblical times.
We're talking about here. We're not going to get into the Bible because that's we'll be all over the place. I'm talking about here, right now, in this country.
Well,
The legacy of slavery came from the white supremacists, and this country was built on slavery, maintained by white supremacists, right?
oh, I don't deny that fact of it.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that the white Christians have been taking much more flack than historically they deserve to, based on their actual participation in the slave
I
trade.
mean, damn it, you guys were the main culprits. It was the white Christians. You were the ones forcing us to practice Christianity. They didn't make us practice Judaism. Y'all forced us to practice Christianity, right?
Well, no one really gets forced into practicing Judaism.
Right, because yeah, they weren't doing it. They weren't the
No,
they weren't the main ones. It was the white Christian white supremacists.
I would disagree with that
Also,
because
okay, then how come there's so many during slavery they allowed Christian churches and not synagogues?
Hmm.
Huh?
what do you mean?
What do you mean? What I mean? Why did they? They didn't force us to go to synagogues. They forced us to go to Christian
Christian
churches. They
churches.
didn't force us to read the Torah. They forced
Right.
us to read the Christian Bible. So
Right.
what are you talking about?
Right.
Well, there's two sets of rules for Jews and non-Jews,
What?
essentially. Like basically
Look
what
at that
the
picture in the
Talmud and
background.
like all the what
I
the
don't know who these
Jewish
people
holy
is,
books
but
are. It's a collection of rabbis
You bab,
bragging
but you're saying,
themselves.
but you're saying you're just babbling, sir. You don't have an answer, so you're just saying stuff right now. You don't
No, I'm saying like the entire
think has
the faith of my ancestors is literally.
what you're saying has zero to do with what I just said. You're just babbling, sir, because you ran out of troll points with the whole. Well, it was the Jews too. No, it was you mostly, the Christian white supremacist. It was you mostly, sir. And you're just babbling. You're just saying stuff. Yeah, you're not going to wiggle out of it like, oh God, we get the bad rap. Oh yeah, y'all were the main rapists. Y'all
hell
were running
yeah.
around here raping people and selling babies.
Hell yeah.
You should get a bad rap. What the hell? You think you shouldn't get a bad rap? That was some evil shit you were doing. Raping people, raping kids. Thomas Jefferson, he wasn't Jewish. Raping Sally Hemings and having these black kids all over the place and then putting his own kids in slavery. And you don't want a bad rap? Really? You shouldn't have done it. That's how that works. You shouldn't have been doing all that
Right.
ill shit. You should have been doing it.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Right.
I mean, I kind of have a unique position here.
What's that position,
That
sir? What is that position?
Jewish and Christian.
Okay, what does that have to do with the enslavement of us? Because we were enslaved by all white groups from all religions. So your religious background made no difference.
It was 90% Jewish people
No,
that did the
what,
enslaving and the selling of slaves.
what,
I'm not
what,
disputing that they're
no,
white
it wasn't.
Christian.
You're not going to sit here and lie. You're not going to sit your ass up here and lie. They had laws saying, especially in Virginia and South Carolina, that Negro, indigenous, and mulatto can be enslaved, but black people cannot own white Christians. They were very adamant about white Christians. They didn't say nothing about Jews in those laws. How come the laws didn't say anything about Jews? It was always protecting white Christians in damn near every law. Why is that?
Well, the founding fathers didn't count the Jews as white.
Then how come
They
the
consider themselves white.
then how come the second in command with the brains of the Confederacy was Judah P. Benjamin? And the Confederacy was all about white supremacy and The brains behind the Confederacy was a Jewish man, Judah P. Benjamin, who was a major slave owner in Louisiana.
Well, the the thing is, pretty much all of the wars that
Get off my goddamn phone. I don't want to hear Mayo babble. See, when you start hitting them with
In this video right here, one thing I see about the slave trade though, they not showing the part where only like see this is what I think was the lie and the thievery. They're not, you know, they're portraying that all the blacks in America came from Africa, West Africa, Central Africa, or what have you, during the slave trade. But the majority of the Africans from that continent went to the Caribbean. They went to South Central America. A very, 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 very small percentage, 3 to 6% of the slaves from the continent of Africa came to North America. So the majority of black people that's in America, FBA today, are indigenous to this continent. We're indigenous to North America. You see, you had the red man, you had the red Indian, the black Indian, the white so-called $5 Indian came later after a bunch of lies and fixing paperwork. So there were black Aboriginal people here that mixed with the red native, the black Aboriginal native mixed with the red native. They mixed with some explorers from Africa, and they mixed with some slaves from Africa. Amongst the European, got some blood in there, but all that was amalgamation, was had the ethnogenesis, what he talked about earlier, which the cracker was a job to crack that whip on black slaves. Wow. I'm gonna let this continue a little bit. Let me see where he at on this let's see.
real history, they get to well. The thing is, fourscore and 30 years ago, they just start babbling. I don't want to hear that shit, man. You lightweight, the hell out of here. They got a Jewish cemetery for the Confederates over there. I want to say in Virginia
That's an
or South
Arab
Carolina, one of
slave
the
trade.
places.
That
They
look
got a
like Arab
whole
slave trade right
Jewish
there.
Confederate cemetery over there. The the Confederates were about white supremacy. Their whole thing was about white supremacy. So yeah, I don't. We're not. Y'all not gonna play that hot potato where y'all sit here and point the finger at each other, and you were both doing foul shit to us.
Facts.
You're not gonna play that game, and I'm not the one to play that game with. Y'all not gonna sit here and try to rewrite history. I'm too thorough with this shit. You're not gonna play with me up here. So just stop. I don't want to hear it. We don't do that. We do real history. You ain't rewriting nothing. I done seen the laws. I done seen the edicts and the proclamations. They were out here protecting white Christians. Ain't say nothing about nobody Jewish. It was white Christians who they were writing laws protecting. White Christians, they can do whatever they want to damn do. Y'all can beat people, kill them, and white
Right.
Christians will
Rape
be
them.
protected. Y'all not gonna sit here and try to rewrite history. All right. Oh, we white Christians get a bad rap, dude. Well, yeah. Well, you were doing bad shit. That's what happens. You do bad shit, guess what? You get a bad rap. That's what happens. Stop doing bad shit. You won't get a bad rap. Duh. All right, let's see what else we got. All that damn splaining. They stay splaining. But he was enslaving people too. Like that's gonna let you off the hook. Now, the reparations conversation is going in your direction, buddy. All right. Let me get
We're gonna stop it right there. Man. the history of us going, of our ancestors going through what they went through, and for people just to make it a joke, oh, you just picked cotton. Hell, the damn slave owners got reparations for losing their land in the battle with the Civil War. They got reparations for losing their slaves and losing some land. But we can't even get reparations for going through slavery. We were the ones that, our ancestors were the ones that went through it. That generational wealth they built off our backs went to the descendants of them European slave owners. The poverty and the degradation came down the line of us being enslaved to from our ancestors being enslaved to the generation today. Hmm. Yo, it's J Reacts. Y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, get me in the algorithm so I can get this channel up. I sure appreciate y'all. FBA stand up. I'm out. Peace.